Hi there, I'm Greg the Hammer Valentine and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK. Yes, hello there, welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK. I am Jay and I'm back 2 days in a row. More figures are arriving. I was going to unbox them, so I thought I might as well just put the camera on and see what happens. So you might be seeing Greg at the Hammer Valentine Inception today because you've just seen his WWE retros that turned out to do the intro. But this video is about the WWE Legends Series 20, Greg the Hammer Valentine and Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, because they have both turned up this week. So I thought, as I said, let's go and unbox them anyway. Let's turn the camera on. Let's see what happens. Right, so let's start with Greg Valentine and let's take a closer look before we get them unboxed. And of course, the main event, let's get them in the toy room. And you'll have an exclusive look at my 90s wrestling setup that has been recently moved. So, as you can see, Elite Collection figures, Series 20. This is, of course, the Legends version. And thinking about it, this might be the first wrestling figure I've actually reviewed on the channel. And for a channel that does wrestling live streams and loads of wrestling content, probably should actually review some figures. So this is Legends Series 20, as I said. This one turned up from the whole shebang here in the UK. It's, of course, Greg the Hammer Valentine with his jet black dyed hair and his rhythm and blues outfit when he was a tag team, of course, in the very early 90s with the Honky Tonk Man. So on the side of the packaging with these Legends, it's a throwback, of course, to the original Legends line from Mattel, which came out way back over 12 years ago now, I think. And you get the side art there. Again, more art on the back. This is the UK version, so there's no bio, there's no blurb there at all. We just get the artwork. And you get a shot of who else is in the set. Triple H, his exclusive t-shirt, so I'm not picking that one up. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, who comes in the green shirt, or a Chase variant in the white shirt. I do want the white shirt, so anybody has a line on that, please do let me know, but I can't find him. And then Mr. Perfect and Greg Valentine that I've picked up today. And more artwork on the other side. Anyone want to see the bottom? There's a barcode if that will help you with search. But Legends can be quite hard to find here in the UK. But at the moment, we've managed to finally get distribution back because distribution had stopped for Legends figures many years ago now. So it's nice to see them finally back in the UK, along with Ultimate Editions that have finally made it back in the UK. As we're taking a look at Mr. Perfect's box there. So you've got his classic slick back hair. I love that sort of image of Mr. Perfect. Great looking likeness there to the late Kurt Hennig, and good likeness on the head sculpt as well. First time we're having this sort of rubberized technology in the torso here, because that is the his singlet is a rubber that should be able to bend and fold down. So we'll take a look at that. I think they first used it on the Undertaker in his SummerSlam figure with the WCW tag titles. You get his famous towel and a selection of interchangeable hands. Of course, you've got the guitar with Greg Valentine. Again, great Mr. Perfect artwork on the side of the box. Elite Collection on the bottom. And again, this is UK stock, straight from the shelves of Smiths. These are $27.99. So everybody gets on at Hasbro at their price increases, but don't let Mattel slip by, because basic figures should be like $19.99, and now we're paying $27.99. There's a look at that. And of course, the bottom of the box, if you want to check that out. So there's the two of them together. So without further ado, I'll get them unboxed. I don't think we'll flip open a flap. With wrestling figures, I like to rip into them. Savage Hulk ripping in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Rip the side of the box. He's got wonky glasses on. And of course, Mattel do like to give you a nice fancy Legends logo. See you later, as Kyle Peterson would say. There he is in the tray. Have we got any of them damn twisty ties? Ooh, I think we've got past twisty ties, so that's going to be a bit of a bonus. I think I saw the squeeze. Use my squeezing power. My God, he's coming out. Here he comes. Oh, there goes the guitar. It's one of them bloody stupid breakaway ones there, so it is supposed to break. I wish they'd give us a solid guitar mold that didn't break. And he's all sort of tangled, and I've run out of hands. Look at that. We're gonna have to pause as I get some more fingers. Right, then let's take a closer look, and we'll start with the accessories. Bit of a disaster on the unboxing there, as I thought it would be, but comedic effect, what they say. So you get the breakaway guitar, literally comes apart in your hands, and you can smash it, and shit all happens. Hello, no, it will break eventually. There you go, smash it up in all sorts of pieces there. Copywriter, see how old this is? Copyright 2012. Can we have a blue new mold, please, Mattel, for these guitars without the breakaway features? So let's take a closer look here at the Hammer himself. So we've got his glasses on. They're still on a bit of a wonk because you've got the China attach them to the slide. They don't fully seem to go under his hair there. They do on that side, but I couldn't quite get them under on the said side here. So you come down to the soft goods jacket. So I know I complained about the price increase, but we are getting soft goods, so that's kind of cool. So really detailed soft good jacket there. You've got all the music notes, Hammer written on the belt. You've got the eagle, of course, there, and you've got rhythm and blues, or you can probably see blues written on his bum. And there's a bit of ribbon there. You can see that coming down. You've got the pin. Oh bloody hell! We've got pinless knees on this one. That's a bonus. Now we usually have pinless arms from Mattel. They said all elites going forward will have pinless arms, but pinless knees. We don't even always get ultimate editions for pinless knees, so that's a bonus. You've got the hammer going through the heart on the boots. So all in all, it's looking pretty cool. If I take his glasses off, you'll get a close-up of the likeness there. And I think that does look like Greg the Hammer Valentine himself. Shout out Hill Phones, of course. I think he had a beer with the hammer recently. I wonder if I can insert that picture somewhere there. And we can see what the likeness is like. Of course, Greg Valentine, usually blonde. But back, of course, when he was in this sort of Elvis impersonator tag team, he had to dye it jet black, which I hear he wasn't actually a fan of doing, but he did it in the end, didn't he? So there's Greg the Hammer Valentine written on the belt. I assume that is removable, is it? Oh, there you go. Yeah, that comes off. His little black pants. Now we should see rhythm and blues there. And there's going to be a bit of Velcro, if I know Mattel. And you've got quite the... so that's my sort of torso, isn't it? The sort of more rotund torso there for the hammer. In terms of articulation, you will have sort of double jointed elbows. Let's just get those going. There you go, nice little bend out of there. Head on a swivel. You don't get some bit of tilt there for Mattel. That isn't bad. You got an ab crunch, which isn't too bad at all. Legs come out. Now I do find these legs sometimes very stiff, and these pegs do snap. But actually, that's very, very smooth for a Mattel figure. You've got a thigh cut as well. You can really spread those legs. And double jointed pinless knees. Look at that. That's quite the revelation. It's quite a solid figure as well, actually. I'm quite impressed, Mattel, on this hammer figure. Now, I don't know if he'll be a bit of a peg warmer. I know Smiths haven't actually bought him in the UK because they buy figures by the individual figure. They don't buy just like a mixed case. So they haven't actually ordered Greg the Hammer Valentine. They've only ordered the other three from the wave. So, as I said, I had to go to the whole shebang for this one. But very pleased I did. And these are really looking cool figures so far. Now, let's get Mr. Perfect in here. And there he is, of course, one of the greatest Intercontinental Champions, Mr. Perfect, in all his glory. So let's take a closer look at the belt if we can get that off. There we go. And will we focus? We will focus. Look at that. It's a great shine on these belts. The sort of vac metal eyes from Mattel, as they like to do. And they've gone very shiny on it recently, a much darker sort of gold colour. So these won't match them if you're older Mattels that have a much lighter shine on them. So you have to buy more of the modern belts on the back as it goes blurry as a bugger there. But great paint detail. I remember back to the Jakks Pacific days when these used to come unpainted, and I had to get my little acrylic paints out and try and paint them myself. But so glad to see a classic Intercontinental title, one of my favourite title designs over the years. Used to have a replica actually of that on the wall, and he comes with a little towel there. Again, soft goods. You can probably see the toweling material there, so you can throw that around the ring. And it does come with interchangeable hands. I might put this little pointer on in a second, but let's take a closer look at Kurt Hennig. So again, a great likeness. Now, people who've passed away, I don't know how they do this sort of photoreal technology, but it does come out really, really well, because of course they can't scan the actual person, but he's got a very specific nose, and they've actually really captured it. And I think his curly, sort of blonde, wet, slick back hair looks really good. So the talking point then is this sort of a rubbery piece, because this is pure rubber, and you can probably see a bit of gappage there. So out the packet, I think it looks quite good, but I'm not sure how the stretchy rubbiness will go. I wasn't sure what the cut would be like, and I thought, oh, is that why the title belt's always on in the box, so you can't see the cut? But I think it looks okay. You've got the, of course, you probably might have double jointed knees into there, but you'll never get the buggers to work because they've got those really thick knee pads on, and you've got the Mr. P there for the Mr. Perfect on the boots. And it is the black version of the singlet on the back. So he's had different variations in here with sort of like a tealish bluey green on the back, but they've gone for the black version on the back here. So again, in terms of articulation, you'll get a nice bit of sideways and a little bit of rocker there, giving some sort of I don't know, fancy posing. You've got the double jointed pinless arms, which do look great on the wrestling figures. We can get a full sort of pose there, so that's really nice to see. So Mattel have almost got me upgrading all the wrestling figures because I've got an absolute ton of wrestling figures. Jack Pacific Classic Superstars was my first toy line nearly 20 years ago. And, well, Mattel have replaced them all now. So you do get the torso to come down, but then it will stick the rubber up. I bet you get a bit of gappage in the back. Yeah, you do get a bit of gappage in the back. So I don't know if this is my favourite design of using this rubber, but you obviously will get to pull it down. Thigh cut, but that's stuck as anything, so that is not moving with all my strength. I don't want to snap it. These do require heat sometimes. Knee is getting no more than that because of the knee pad and your standard ankle rocker. So can I get this to come down without... Oh dear. Oh god, it's very sticky, isn't it? Very stuck. So it will move, but let's have a look. Oh my god, this is scary. So you will get it to go down. I think they use this on Seth Rollins as well. So if you want to pull the straps down, you can. I don't think I want to go any further than that because I don't know if it's ever actually going to snap back into position properly. But which again, it's already getting a bit loose, I would say, there from the just that initial pull, and you can see the markage there on the strap. So I don't think this is the greatest design, and I hope they go back to a standard sort of a singlet on Mr. Perfect. Or I can see them doing this at Kurt Angle. I know the Ultimate Edition is coming out, but they are going for a cloth goods on that. So I think I would prefer painted or cloth goods. So yeah, a bit scary. Let's get these bad boys upstairs in the collection. Right, we've made it upstairs then to the toy room, and we're deep in the heart of the new generation arena, which you can see flashing over there. So over to the corner, I've got my sort of 80s arena set up down there, and you might be able to see Greg the Hammer Valentine himself next to Brutus Beefcake in his 80s version. But we come along here to his 90s version, and I've given him a little front spot there in the collection, just at ringside, the Hammer with his fancy little coat on. His partner, the Honky Tonk Man, he's way over there. You probably can't see him. He's way behind Andre the Giant back in that corner. But I can't reach him because these tables, they run on these fancy tables that you may see here as it's a work in progress. But I have finished sort of pretty much down in this section. So this is the back of the toy room, just under the window for those that are wondering. I'll just take you through my sort of setup then. You'll see Mr. Perfect in a minute. So the base is just using these shelf inserts from these IKEA Kallax units. They're actually just laid out on the floor down there, and they're covered in sort of cheap foam. So it's about £1 foam board from Hobbycraft is what I've used to go down there, and that's covered in the classic blue for the sort of 90s arena look. And then I've got some sort of grey representing the sort of entranceway area. So over in the corner you've got the 1-2-3 kid. He's up the red ladder. He's got the money from Ted DiBiase his briefcase. There is the Ultimate Edition Doink the Clown next to the Ultimate Edition Bret Hart, because I have been ripping open my Ultimate Editions. You may spot Mr. Perfect's feet there. He's in the ring. There's Papa Shango around there, the Macho Man Randy Savage in his match from WrestleMania 7 with the Ultimate Warrior. Again, that is the Warrior from WrestleMania 7 Ultimate Edition. There's Bret Hart in his entrance jacket, which is the new Defining Moments figure. Macho King's over there with a very rare run in Rick the Model Martel. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is rocking out. Hulk Hogan's in the ring. That is a new version of the Legends Jake the Snake I've got. I finally managed to complete my Demolition team, so Axe has joined Smash and Crush. My childhood VHSs are actually stacked up in the corner around the back. There's WrestleMania 10, Survivor Series 95. A referee in there is the Danny Davis Builder figure. And there is Mr. Perfect himself standing in the ring. He's got his towel in his hand. I gave him the pointy finger as he's rocking the Intercontinental Championship belt in the New Generation crowdfunded arena. Down to the back, you'll see the Legion of Doom walking around the outside. There's the Earthquake and Jimmy Hart. Over on the commentary area, we sort of moved around sort of 92, 93 now. Vince McMahon and Roddy Piper are up on the sort of commentary podium. Down there we got Razor Ramon, Bam Bam Bigelow, and the Big Boss Man, Ric Flair's the champion. And you see the Undertaker walking into the ring with another recent Legends figure, which is an absolutely outstanding figure. I recommend this one. Brother Love, of course, the Undertaker's original manager. And into the 1994 section there. You've got the head shrinkers, Lex Luger, and of course the very, very hard to get in the UK Doc Hendricks Build-A-Figure. That head and legs did not come to the UK, so had to go the eBay route all the way from Australia, I think, to find that. And there's my little, just using something on the radiator with the Royal Rumble signs. As you see, the lights have gone off on the arena, so it's probably telling me it's time to go. And there's my foot. So I've been Jay. This has been a very impromptu Jay's Toy Collection UK, just looking at Mr. Perfect and Greg the Hammer Valentine, as I thought, well, let's get them opened. So the next time you will see me, of course, is Friday, when myself and Cheeky Monkey will be live, 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific. And I've come up with a concept this week, because there's not a lot of toy news. It's going to be Quiz Kiara. So we're going to see, can she guess the names of half the action figures in here? We will find out on Quiz Kiara This Week in Toys live stream, 9 o'clock this Friday. Check it on the replay if you're watching this one late. But that's it then. That is the new Gen Arena. There's all the figures in it so far. And that's Mr. Perfect and Greg the Hammer Valentine. Thank you for watching. Of course, I will see you on the next video.